What drives business? Anybody? Somebody saw that already. Yeah, it is. It's profit. They are in business to make money. So, time is money. So if you're asking somebody in business for an hour of their time, you have to do the calculation and figure out, what do I think that time's worth to that person? That given, we have another workshop. It's the next one on February the 5th, and it's called, we just renamed it, so it's called Understanding Employer Requirements for Hiring Staff. And in that one, we actually go through what it's worth when an executive gives you their time. You're going to see a little bit here, but not as much as what's in that workshop. So, some of the challenges that business face, bottom line issues, obviously. Like I said, time is money. This is something I say to students all the time, and they look at me like, I got a lot of time and I have no money. But you have to start to think of your time as money. Even your time, when you're in a 1-hour meeting with that executive, is costing you. Okay, so figure out what your value is, and that's what an hour of your time is when you do the math. A lot of companies have shareholders. So when you hear about companies laying people off, this could very well be one of the biggest reasons why. They have to report to them. They have to be responsible to them. And sorry, but if it means that they have to lay somebody off to do that, then they have to lay somebody off to do that. Maybe one day you'll be a shareholder if you're not already. And you'll understand that. So they have to be accountable to these people. The hiring challenges, and I like to point out this one, the 38.9%, the right candidate is not available. So if you understand the costs of hiring, and again, that's in the next workshop on February the 5th, it will be videotaped as well. But if you understand those costs, then you have a better idea when you make that application, whether it be by cover letter and resume, or my favorite, informational interviews. If they're not hiring you, it's because you're not the right candidate. Okay, because it costs, again, to find that person and keep them. Problem employees, they're out there. Trust me, I've seen them, I've worked with them. Genius at rest. And then overcoming all of these problems. So these are the costs that are related to the business. How did you get a job? Anybody here worked? Okay. Here in Canada? Good. Where?
We own our own company.
Family business?
No, 3 friends.
3 friends. Good for you. Are you connected with, I think it's Innovate Calgary?
No.
No?
We're in
Because
business school. We have a consultant company.
yeah, that's great. So you formed that business, or were your friends already in it and then you joined?
No, we formed all together.
That's awesome. That's really rare. I don't see that a lot, so it's really good to hear. Who else? In Canada did you work?
Nothing Canada.
Okay, anybody else in Canada?
Just summer jobs,
Okay.
various things.
How did you get it?
Well, some of them you go in and you do have to do a form application. Some of them it is an interview type process. But
How did you find out about it?
oftentimes through family or friends, or sometimes even for summer jobs, just what's nearby.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, okay. And where did you work?
I've worked in Nigeria, England, and the US.
And how did you get your jobs?
Some of them general adverts, but mostly from your network.
From networking, okay. Who else was working? Has worked? Yeah, where'd you get yours, or how'd you get it?
Same thing, networking through friends and interviewing.
You're saying all the right answers. I'm loving it. Because networking is the #1 way to get work in Canada. This is my nephew Skippy. He's your new boss. Nepotism is a polite way of saying you have no chance in you know where of ever being promoted. Hi, come on in. Just get you to check your name off, and if it's not on there, make sure you get your name printed out and your email address, please. And please grab a feedback form. Friends, so you guys all mentioned that. And networking events. So I don't know if you're aware that every graduate student at the University of Calgary, if you're part of the GSA, you're part of the Chamber of Commerce. We have a membership. So you can network at those events. My favorite, informational interviews. And what I like about this comic is that it says, your Your teacher first got you interested in exploring, and that's what informational interviews are, is exploring what your options are. So you don't want to just take any job. We did that when we were kids, and we did that, you know, through the summers. But for when you're ready for your career, no, not such a good idea.